Alright, yins guys, I'm going to show you a trick. Now these are the bigger ones yet that I got. I did a video with the small ones and then the medium ones, and I got these about a week or so ago. I was waiting for UPS to come. Good enough weather here. I'm going to go ahead and show you one of the same tricks I did with the last ones. So, and I said, the bigger they are, the less chance they're going to topple. Okay, I show you once again some of the other tricks that I did, like I was showing you too. Say when you get a split done, say when you're down here, or when you can get like this, but you need to be up like this, right? Instead of using yoga blocks, I use batons and things, but this can resemble those rack things that you see those contortion people when they're able to do those handstands. But so here we go. Once again, use these. You can pick and choose where they want them to go. You can shift yourself around. And practice getting back up. And here goes back down. Bring it about this much. Go like that. And see, you're up like this. So you just don't need stretching down here. Which you do a lot of this, you can feel things stretching there. You can, and you can get higher items like this, like I showed you too, and holding on to things like a broom or a stick or something this high too. Or you can use just one, just like I'm doing the baton, you know what I mean? Or just one. Or go like this once again. And once you get down this far, hold them like handles like this, like I did with the little ones. Look at that. And then get a good grip. Move it around a little bit. And like I remind you too, if you're shaking too much, you don't need, there's not a lot of pressure. This is only a little bit of pressure. These are heavier than my other sets, my smaller and medium, but since they're about that much taller, they might wobble a little bit. So there's stuff out there if you want to pay the price that are wider than bowling pins, maces and clubs that sit down. Or you can even use like sledgehammers that they're big and they sit there. And with sledgehammers though, they're kind of wide this way and narrow this way because they're hammers. I mean, you can use like a steel pipe stuck in a big thing of cement. I don't know. Make your own things that are almost like that resembles that thing that you see them contortion chicks standing on doing handstands, and their big old scorpion going on there. Okay, show you one trick, maybe with the single. Here, I'll put this aside. I know with the little ones I'm able to do sometimes what I do with the baton and just raise it straight up. Here goes. See if I can pull it off. See, first I'm like this. You can adjust it according to what you want, but don't smack yourself in the face either. See how I'm getting further down? And then watch this. I don't think I can raise it because it's got some weight to it, but get myself seated. There goes. Oh, did it! Whoop, there it is. Ooh. See, I'm not quite where that one guy, I don't want to mispronounce his name. It begins with a J and ends with a U. You ever see it? I'll have to show you his picture. He actually has a barbell he raises over his head while he's doing the splits. And he was featured on Ridiculousness. Remember when them two football players were guests on Ridiculousness? And they showed him on there, 2 chairs. I mean, that shit is amazing. And then the guys, you know, that were football players, they go, whoa, what's the point? Oh, yeah, one point is I don't know about them, one thing that I see that the point is, if I tried that shit, I'd probably split my groin and my legs would probably snap. And who knows where that barbell would jump. But damn, damn, that's some amazing shit, you know. I'll never get that far yet, but there you go. I just show you the basic idea here. But then when you use these two like this, you want to use 2 items. If you can get something, you got the money to do it, or make something, or even if you want to put stakes in the ground or have something in cement that you want to get some fitness clubs that are wider than this. There you go. That. Go down like this, like handles. Climb up, like that. And hold it, and hold it, and hold it. And up. And walk it. Before you try to get up all at once, go like this. Then you can go back down. You can change your mind anytime you want. And keep in mind, if you want to slip, you let go, have it where it's, if you get nervous, you can just hit the ground, you know what I mean? See, this wobbles a little bit, but there's subtleness to it here. You can just practice going up and down. Go like this a little bit. Because you're not really doing push-ups like dips, per se, like you can do if you have some stationary objects in the ground or parallel bars. But what you're practicing here is handling this without too much. There's not a lot of pressure going on with these things. You're just steadying yourself. And ultimately, what I'm basically doing is, just like some people use with a yoga block or a chair, but like I said, I like this better because you guys could see what I'm doing in the camera better than a chair. I'd have to get a camera person, and then if I show from the back, you know, you guys don't want to see my butt, you know, but you want to just have the same functions, like just like you're doing with a chair, where when you're going down like this, you want to have something up, you would have your hands up too, and that's the key to getting that down. Where I'm going like this, right, you need something to keep yourself straight, where you're actually, how do I explain this? A certain part of your legs that are being stretched when you're using a chair or objects like this where your body is upright. Where I keep doing things like this, I preach always doing push-ups like it, but you can only go so far straight up. That's why I use the fist as opposed to this, because you're getting yourself up that much more, but then use other objects. Well, I don't care what it is, a chair, a bucket, them things. Broom, sledgehammer. I mean, you need some of that to get to about here, because when I'm going like this, you're only stretching a certain part. And then when you back it up like this, you can feel the legs kind of rotating, you know what I'm saying? And then when you're gradually able to just let it fly, see what I mean? And, there it is. And of course, you're going to maintain your balance. And you got to do a little something every day, because if I skip one day, I lose it. And I'm like this, and you can see in the camera that, you know, I don't want to look like I'm struggling, but if you don't do a little bit of something every day, even if it's not a full split, especially in times like this, I'm lucky I can be out here where we're allowed, as long as we're not in a big group. we could probably have 2 or 3 or 4 of us out here. Say I'm over here, and say one of my neighbors is maybe over there, one of my neighbors is over there, and people out of hang, you know what I mean? But if something happens that you can't do that, you might have to make yourself room in the living room. So, while I'm still talking to you, when you got shit like this in your apartment, have yourself like a mat or a rug to set these on. So, and then if you're using these properly, there shouldn't be no boom on no floors. That's not what these are for. But I have other videos later where I'll show you how I train, you know, or like some of the other things you see on YouTube videos that people are using these for. But you guys seen some of my things with my bigger steel bars that before I even bought these, how I train. But I actually got the legit thing, so some of my older videos, some of you guys that were with me all along, but yet I'm the only one on YouTube that uses these things for what you just saw. I mean, I don't need to do no bunch of videos like with the Indian clubs like other people seen, because I was already doing, you seen enough of that with, when I'm doing that with music and all that with my steel bars that I got for free at a scrapyard years ago, you know what I mean? So, yeah, word to the wise, you know, if you have something, use a rug or some kind of rug where they're standing on so there's no boom on the floor, or if you use shit like this right here, there's no reason why you should bang these down and say, if I crack this concrete, I'm responsible. You should never, there's no reason whatsoever you should ever set these down on the ground hard like you're doing with deadlifting, barbells and all that shit. No need, you know what I mean?